Does anyone else play these kinds of games in the attempt to fill the growing void in your heart of the lack of meaning in life? No? Just me? Okay. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is the latest in a long-standing franchise. This is not a mainline game. However, this has the staying power of one. This title brings new and fresh ideas to the series. Rune Factory was a series started by the same developers of Harvest Moon and ultimately stuck together after Natsume left the market. While Rune Factory 5 is my least favorite, this one shines brightly in its place. The story flows more naturally and the environments are more compact, which helps alleviate the sort of empty feeling that surrounded 5. If you enjoy live sim games like Stardew Valley, Sun Haven, and My Time series, then you'll love this game. I'm a huge sucker for these kinds of games and pretty much insta-buy every one I come across because I don't have a life. Touching grass is for suckers and silently sobbing myself to sleep is my favorite pastime after I play these games, as when I am done, I'm left with an empty feeling of loneliness. Do I need therapy? Nah. If you never played a Rune Factory game, then let me break it down for you. Runes are basically mana, and that is the life force of the universe. As this game is basically an RPG in a farming sim trenchcoat, you have abilities that use your rune power to improve the environment of the world. Time for another crash course. The story is pretty much a stock standard for a Rune Factory game, which is the world is messed up, and you, the player, are the only person in the world that can actually fix it. You're called Earthmates because you help the Earth and save the world. Simple. Okay, now you should be caught up. So with Guardians of Azuma, you spend your magic power to increase crop growth, gather seeds, or make your farming life easier. However, my darling window lickers, stained glass may be the tastiest of flavors, but don't be deceived. The focus is not on farming or ranching, it is on the town management systems. This, my dear safety helmet sporting compatriots, is a brand new mechanic introduced into the series which breathes life into the game, which was sorely lacking previously in 5. The town management portion of the title, while simple, flows well into the game and doesn't feel like a complete afterthought. You also have your classic boss battles, party management, skill trees, and whatnot that you would have with a stock standard RPG, because at its core, that's what this game is. It just also has that special life sim seasoning sprinkled on top. I'm clocking everyone who likes these kinds of games because we only play them for one reason and one reason only, and that's the romance. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you don't, because I know that's a bold-faced lie. The relationships don't open up until later into the story, but marriage and children are the staple, and the romance options are just mwah. They are just magnifique. Ulalaka's the best, and I will not explain myself. And if you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Or don't, I'm not your boss. But much like the crippling feeling of emptiness I have, there's just something missing. First of all, since this is not a mainstay RF game, lots of the elements of the game feel rather simplistic in their nature to make room for the other mechanics. Romance being locked to the story is aggravating because sometimes I really just could not give less of a flying f*** about the story. The stat system compared to the original games is simplistic in nature, which if you're looking forward to that, then maybe this game isn't for you. The art style may not be to everyone's taste, as it can feel like a Hoyoverse game with its cel-shaded graphics. Some of the romance options are locked to a specific DLC, which is shitty when this DLC launched with the game. Why not include it in the base game? The lack of indoor space is also a major hit to the game, because just like with Pokemon Scarlet, it feels like a giant play stage that the world is just fake. Well, it's a video game, so of course you get what I mean! All in all, this is not a mainline Rune Factory game. If you view this title as its own thing, and it stands tall as a really solid game in its own right. They tried new things here, and I really like how the game shaped up. Putting Mario Kart down long enough to really enjoy this entry makes me excited for how Rune Factory 6 will be in the future. This game is a perfect blend of modern RPGs and classic Rune Factory, which is just brilliant for introducing those who are curious about the games into the franchise as a whole. For a starting point, this game is fantastic. Maybe that's why I liked it so much. Just remember, I don't need to go to therapy to address my crumbling mental state. Cute anime girls can fix that.